Have you ever just stopped and wondered, what if the universe isn't random? What if reality itself is running on a kind of hidden blueprint? Not just a series of disconnected events, but the actual output of a meticulously designed, divine cosmic system. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on a framework that suggests exactly that. We all know these words. We say them all the time. Glory to God, all praises for God, there is no God but God, God is greatest. But what if they're more than just beautiful phrases of praise? What if they are quite literally the ignition sequence for the engine of reality itself? Let's explore a framework that sees these not just as words, but as the fundamental operational commands of all existence. So here's the central idea, and it's a big one. Our world, planet Earth, is operating as a divine thermodynamic engine. It's a system, a machine, designed for one single, incredibly profound purpose: the purification and the return of the soul. Yeah, you heard that right. This model suggests that Earth isn't just some passive rock floating in space. No, it's an active, dynamic chamber. It functions like a symbolic womb, processing each of us by His command. And it works just like a four-stroke engine, designed to cycle souls through this divine process of intake, trial, transformation, and finally, that ultimate return to the source. Okay, so why Miriam? In this framework, Earth embodies the archetype of Miriam, or Mariam, as this symbolic womb of preservation. Think about it. Like her, or like Asya, who kept her faith alive right in the heart of Pharaoh's palace, Earth isn't passive. It's an active protector of divine truth. It shields that little spark of guidance through all the darkness, just waiting for the perfect moment for ignition. So how does this engine actually work? Let's get into the mechanics of it. We're going to break down the 4 strokes of this cosmic engine, one by one, and you'll see how each stroke lines up with a specific surah, a specific function in this incredible journey of the soul. First step, we've got the intake stroke. This is where the soul gets a direct download, a divine influx of guidance. It's symbolized by the flow of Al-Kawthar from Surah 108, which means abundance. It's that moment of awakening, that spark where pure knowledge and mercy just pour into the system, getting it ready for the journey that's about to begin. Next is stroke number 2, compression. Now this one is called the hidden or the silent stroke. This is the time of trial, the test of Sabr, that deep, profound patience. You can see the inward pressure here. The soul gets squeezed, the ego is confined, folded in on itself. This isn't an absence of action. It's a silent, internal prep work for the powerful transformation that's just around the corner. All right, now for the third stroke, combustion. This is it. Under all that immense pressure, we get ignition. This is connected to Surah Al-ʿAṣr, the chapter on time and loss. And here, the ego, the self, is burned away in a purifying fire. And what looks like loss of time, loss of self, loss of all our attachments, is actually the catalyst. It's a total collapse that transforms the fuel of the self into pure, raw energy. And this brings us to the grand finale, the power and exhaust stroke. This is linked to Surah An-Naṣr, which means victory. After the self has been completely consumed in that fire of combustion, what's left is pure, efficient output. Truth just radiates out as victory. There's no ego left, no smoke, just the pure light of the divine command, perfectly executed. So now, let's put it all together and look at the complete blueprint. It's really incredible when you see it laid out. You can see how each stroke lines up perfectly with a function and a prophetic archetype. You've got intake, that divine influx, embodied by Suleiman, who established divine order. The hidden compression is like Ibrahim, standing patiently at the edge of the fire. Combustion is the purification of Yahya, and that final power stroke is the victory embodied by figures like Musa, Isa, and Muhammad. It's a complete, perfectly integrated system. Okay, so if Earth is the engine, what are the physical laws that even allow it to run? Well, this framework suggests that certain verses in the Qur'an aren't just telling us stories. They are actually describing active, ongoing cosmic principles that make this planet the one-of-a-kind combustion chamber that it is. Take this famous verse from Surah 21. We said, "O fire, be cool and safe for Ibrahim." The idea here is that this isn't just something that happened way back in the past. No, it's an active physical law that defines Earth's entire purpose. Fire, the symbol of trial and testing, absolutely remains here on Earth. But for those who submit, that very same fire is commanded to be cool and safe. This slide really helps us get it. On one side, you have the fire of pure judgment, or razim. On the other, the fire of mercy, rahim. And the key is that Earth is the only place in the entire cosmos where, by divine command, the fire of trial can be switched from a destructive force into a purifying, merciful one. This is what makes the whole engine of return possible right here. Now, for the second physical principle, it's found in a verse that says, "Say, be stones or iron." This points to a universe that's built on a fundamental duality. Stone and iron are the material signatures of this cosmic circuit of return. They're not just random elements, they represent two fundamental poles of a divine process. And here's the key. Iron, which God made soft for prophets like Dawood and Suleiman to create tools of divine order, that represents the divine input. And stone, representing the hard illusions that Musa shattered with his staff, is the witness that returns. So you see the cycle? Iron descends as a gift of divine order. Stone rises as a witness to that order's truth. It forms a complete, perfect thermodynamic cycle. So we've talked about cosmic mechanics, divine physics, and prophetic history. It's all incredibly grand and elaborate. But this entire system, this whole engine, was built for a very specific purpose. And that purpose is deeply, profoundly personal. Really, what's the point of it all? A four-stroke engine cycling souls through fire and mercy? A universe built with cooled fire and a circuit of stone and iron? What is the final intended output of this entire magnificent process? The purpose is you. You're not just a spectator watching all this happen. You are the intended product, the living result. And this is what that really means. To be the output is to embody these very functions in your own life right now. To hold the book with the conviction of Yahya, to see through all the illusions with the wisdom of Suleiman, to confront falsehood with the clarity of Musa, and to stand as a pure witness, that Ahmed or praised function with absolutely no claim for yourself. And here's the crucial part. This is not a one-time event. You are running this engine in real time. This sequence, the divine influx from Surah 108, the purification through loss in Surah 103, and the victorious output in Surah 110, it's happening constantly, in every breath you take, every choice you make, and every single moment of silence. So let's bring all these threads together now. This isn't just some theory about the past or a prophecy for the distant future. The claim is that this divine system is a live, operational reality. The engine is running as we speak, and the final witness is happening right now. Your own life is following this exact sequence. You start in a state of loss, just as described in Surah Al-ʿAṣr. Then comes that moment of awakening, when you receive the divine influx of mercy, of Al-Kawthar, from Surah 108. And the whole goal is to reach that final stage, to stand as a witness, raised alive, as it's described in Surah An-Naṣr, where your self is gone and only the divine purpose is left. And this is the ultimate takeaway. The cosmic engine is active. The command for the fire of trial to cool is ongoing. And the Qur'an, it's not just a book you read. It's a living code that becomes manifest and operational inside the heart of a believer. It lives in you. And so, we end with this one thought. What if all our attempts to understand Revelation have been kind of backwards? Maybe the ultimate purpose of this divine text, of this whole cosmic engine, is not for us to decode it, but for it to decode us, to reveal our true function, our original purpose, and our final destination.